cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rose-Hulman. Tonight, it's the Fighting Engineers looking for their fifth win of the season, their third in the conference. They'll be hosting the Earlham Quakers, who come into this one tonight at 1-12, 1-5 in HCAC play. This game, by the way, is also the John Munchner Cup, which is always the first matchup of the season between Earlham and Rose-Hulman. The cup is named for former Rose-Hulman head men's basketball coach and athletic director John Munchner, who was here from 1963 to 1988. He was also a standout athlete at Earlham College. He's been inducted into both Athletic Hall of Fames. And tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures.
Here's Mike Snyder.
Inspired innovation that moves business forward. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation and everything in between. And by the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, you can watch the best Division III basketball on HCAC.tv, where you always have a front row seat. Troy Dargowski, Coach Keith Myers with you here tonight. There is the trophy these two teams are playing for here this evening. Coach, it kind of adds a little incentive to this one here tonight.
Especially, you come up early and you're 1-5. You're looking for your second win in the conference. That trophy means a lot to the people in Earlham, means a lot to people at Rose-Hulman. You take that home on your way trip, your 2-hour trip across the state line.
Yeah.
You're pretty proud about that fact. So, a lot of people are talking about the trophy and how important that is to win this one, but it's really important just to win this game. Yeah, I think it's a must-win for both teams. If you drop tonight, if you're Earlham, you drop tonight and you're 1-6, it's going to be really tough to make the playoff. If you're Rose-Hulman, you get to 3-4, you feel pretty good about yourself. You play Transylvania on Saturday, which we have. You win that one, all of a sudden now you're 4-4. Now you're in a mix, because if you look at the top, Transylvania's 5-1, Anderson 5-1, Hanover's 5-1, Mount St. Joe's 4-2, Manchester 4-2, and Franklin 4-2. Manchester and Franklin play tonight. Is that correct?
In fact, tonight it's Transy and Hanover. The game we'll be keeping an eye on.
That's a big game.
Yeah, both 5-1.
Especially Hanover knocked them off. Saw Transylvania play Anderson on Saturday. I tell you what, Anderson looks really, really good.
The other game you're referring to is Franklin.
There we go.
Mount St. Joe. Both those teams are 4-2. So,
Okay.
yeah, there's two big games, but we'll kind of focus on one at a time, and hopefully we'll get you updates on some of the scores as we go along here this evening. Let's start our scouting report tonight. The Earlham Quakers. They beat Defiance in their, 3 games ago. They beat them 79-59 at Defiance. They come back. They lose to Transy at home 80-57, and then they go to Mount St. Joe, and it just was not a good night. They ended up giving up 48 paint points in that contest. They were down 44-20 at the end of the first half, and that was about all she wrote in that one. They got to do much better tonight inside.
Yeah, they end up losing that game 93-58. Kenny Walker is the team's leading scorer this season, averaging 18.4. He needs to have a big game. I think Kendall Grave is coming back off of injuries, averaging about 6 rebounds a game and 6 points a game. That's where they need to really focus tonight. Walker's going to get the ball probably 75 to 80% of the time tonight.
No doubt about it. Their team only averaging 62.6 points per game. Their shooting percentage is at 42%. But here's the other key, Coach, and that goes back to what they'll be able to do inside. They're only averaging 28.6 rebounds per game. They're giving up 39. That's almost 11 rebounds per game they're giving up, and you aren't going to win a whole lot of ball games unless you rebound.
And if you convert those, that's 22 points a game. You look at their point spread, and it's about a 20-point spread when they aren't playing well. So you look at that, and that's where you really have to circle and really stay focused. Something that you probably talked about on the way here is, here's what we need to do, gentlemen. Yeah. Let's believe in. If you believe in the system, this is what we're going to do.
Well, the scouting report is tonight, and we'll talk about Rose here in a moment. They're going to pound it inside, much like what Mount St. Joseph did in that 93-58 win. And again, with Kendall Cave back, that will give Earlham 2 double-digit scores in the lineup tonight. We'll come back, talk about the Fighting Engineers, where they stand coming into this one tonight, right here on RHIT.TV.
A good engineer, a good mathematician, a good scientist can identify problems.
But in order to be a great scientist or engineer, you've got to have curiosity and you've got to have creativity, and that's what's going to set you apart.
You can't teach curiosity. You just need to encourage your student to be curious. Curious in anything that they do. Curious so that it brings out the innovations, the new ideas.
Rose-Hulman enters this contest tonight at 4-9 overall. They are also 2-4 in conference play, as Coach mentioned a little bit ago, and that's why this is such a big game for them. They snapped a 6-game losing streak with that win at Defiance. Rocco Ritchie had 22, Miles McGowan 22, and Kobe Studemeyer had 14. They ended up shooting 40% from three-point range, and they got some big rebounds as well. That's a big win for them.
You know, you shoot 40% for three-point line, you better win a lot of games. I think you can win a lot of games. Talked to Coach today about the three-point shooting. He goes, we finally knocked down some shots, Coach. We're at 40%. The last couple of times you guys been here, we're at maybe 20 or dismally 18% one night. You come up with that win, 80-56. Rocco Ritchie was 6 of 10 from downtown. I know we tried to play horse today. I was 6 of 55, and then you told me to quit. So I think that would be a key. Three-point shooting might be a key. I think the really key, though, is Miles McGowan. He's averaging 15 points a game. He's great off the bench. He's great off the glass. 7.6. I was just telling you, 8 points rebound a game. We talked to him as he was down when we was trying to play some horse, and he goes, get off the floor. It's time for the big boys. Yeah. But Miles thinks that if he gets the ball, he can score anytime.
We have seen him go off in this gym, though. I mean,
DePaul University is a big game where he scored 28 points. So
Yeah, if he gets going, he could be trouble. And I think that's the key tonight, that they're going to go inside as much as they can to Miles McGowan. If they can use that inside out, Rocco Ritchie outside, Kobe Studemeyer to the outside, and you still got guys like Cole Pride, Bradley Harden, the lone senior guy who can really turn things on when he can. I think they're a better team than what the record indicates right now. They're young, and they got to put some things together.
And you just said it, young. I mean, you've coached, I've coached. Young kids just don't understand all of it. Yeah. They want to score, they want to do all these things, but they don't understand all of it. And I struggled, especially in high school. Those freshmen comes in, you used to playing these kids used to play in 8-minute quarters.
Yeah.
You don't play 8-minute quarters today.
Yeah.
You got to be ready, tough, and it's more of a physical game than they've ever played before. But I'm looking forward to really, really good ball game tonight.
The other thing is, they didn't play with a shot clock in high school, and that is a big adjustment for a lot of players.
Yep.
Let's go to our public address announcer, and I believe we not only have the national anthem tonight, but I believe we'll also have the starting lineups coming up in just a moment.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
A good engineer, a good mathematician, a good scientist can identify problems.
But in order to be a great scientist or engineer, you've got to have curiosity and you've got to have creativity, and that's what's going to set you apart.
You can't teach curiosity. You just need to encourage your students to be curious. Curious in anything that they do. Curious so that it brings out the innovations, the new ideas.
Since we're doing things so quickly, a lot of times we know that we...
Confused by chemistry? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at AskRose.org.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back here at Rose-Hulman, as mentioned, we're going to go to our public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups.
Are led tonight by head coach Joe Schwartz. And number 0, Jeffrey Nunnally. And let's be the starting lineup for your Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. At guard, the 5'9" sophomore from Jeffersonville, Indiana. Number 2, Kobe Studemeyer. At guard, the 6' senior from Alexandria, Virginia. Number 3, Bradley Harden. At guard, the 6'2" freshman from Mount Horeb, Wisconsin. Number 11, Rocco Ritchie. At 4, the 6'8" freshman from Austin, Indiana. Number 23, Cole Pride. And at 4, the 6'7" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. Number 42, Miles McGowan.
There you have it. Starters for tonight: McGowan, Ritchie, Studemeyer, Pride, and Harden. And for Earlham tonight, Walker, Nunnally, Kennedy, Rhodes, and Williams. Coach, keys to this one here tonight.
If you're Rose-Hulman, you got to play your inside game. You got to play inside. You got to pound the ball. Limit your turnovers. Run your pace. Don't run up and down the floor. Run your pace because they have to play your game at that point. If you're Earlham, get the crowd out of the game. Nice crowd on hand, believe it or not, for a very frigid night in Terre Haute. Got to block out. Got to get the rebounds, and then you got to get Kenny. You got to get Walker in the ballgame early.
By the way, speaking of our officials tonight, Kenny Ludlow, Nick Terry, and Chris Sheeler.
Talked to those guys before game time. They were pumped.
Should be.
Yeah.
Anytime you get a chance to do a game, why not, right?
I understand that completely.
Williams will jump it up for Earlham. Cole Pride for Rose-Hulman. Quakers in their traveling dark uniforms. And we are underway. It'll be Fighting Engineers basketball.
Rose-Hulman goes to man early.
Of course, we have seen Rose really be able to move the basketball in this half-court offense. They want to work it inside, as you see McGowan out front. McGowan on the drive against Williams. Williams at 6'11", unable to get to the block there. And Miles McGowan, a good start, 2-0. Williams out front here for the Quakers. Good look here at Kennedy. First possession here for the Quakers tonight. Williams off now to Kennedy. Here's Nunnally in the corner. Shot fake drive. Shot clock at 6. An up and under and a missed shot by Jackson Rhodes.
Good defense down there. Got caught.
So now Rose-Hulman back on offense once again. They look down inside. Rocco Ritchie, nothing there. Inside to McGowan. McGowan with the left hand, no. Might have been a little bit challenged there by Williams. Here's Nunnally, back the other way.
Got a nice little reach, doesn't he?
Yeah. Williams again at 6'10" there for the Earlham Quakers. This is Rhodes, now to Williams. Off that screen, it'll be Kennedy for 3, good. Mylan Kennedy will take that back. Jackson Rhodes, or now it was Kennedy for the first 3, averaging 2.5 points per game. Hand off now to Harden. Inside McGowan. McGowan against Williams. McGowan backs him down. Really got great body control underneath. McGowan now has 4.
Just so physical, moved him. You could see that he just kept on moving him, and there's no resistance there.
This is Walker. Nice spin in the lane. Basket good.
That's big time, Walker.
Averaging 18 per game. So now Rose-Hulman down by 1. In the corner. Shot good. And there he is, Rocco Ritchie.
If Rocco shoots like he did Saturday, it could be a long night for Earlham.
Yeah, he was, as you mentioned, 6 of 10. Rose-Hulman now 7-5 lead. Here's Kennedy with the basketball to Williams out front. Williams won't play down low very much. Williams will set the screen for Kennedy, gets it back, fires the 3, missed it, and Harden will run it down. Actually, it's going to be Stoudemire with the basketball now for Rose-Hulman. This is Harden. Looking inside to McGowan. Rocco Ritchie gets the high screen. Pride out there with him on the top. Now we'll bounce again to Stoudemire. Stoudemire inside to Pride. Layup good. Cole Pride with his first 2.
Cole thought about maybe jam it, but decided not.
Earlham down by 4, and they turn it over for the first time here tonight.
Good defense by Harden.
Stoudemire with the basketball there for Rose-Hulman.
I liked that the pace was running up and then didn't have anything, and then kick it right back out.
Pride, short jumper up and good. Cole Pride now with 4.
And we saw him during warm-up, Troy. He was just knocking that shot like left and right tonight. They feel pretty good about themselves tonight.
Yeah, good 6-point lead early here for Rose-Hulman. Williams will set the high screen for Nunnally. Back now to Kennedy for 3. Rims in and out. And running down the loose basketball is Williams. Williams, by the way, at 6'10", still only averages less than 3 rebounds per game because he plays so much out on the perimeter. The drive here by Nunnally. Shot is no good. Ball goes out of bounds. It will go over to Rose-Hulman. Take a look at this 3. We've got a timeout on the floor as well. 15:54 to go. 11-5 Rose-Hulman.
If there is one thing wrong in your aircraft, you're gonna fail it. Finding the right answer and trying again, that's really what dragged me to aerospace. This is a 3D printed airplane which I made over my freshman year at Rose-Hulman that can be radio controlled and flown. I saw other people making amazing stuff on 3D printers, and I thought if I combine that art of 3D printing with engineering, I could make something as complex as an airplane. So I got the idea as a sophomore in high school, and I just tried. I did it. I failed a couple times, but it all changed when I came to Rose-Hulman. I got in touch with Dr. Riley, who is an aerospace and ME professor, who really asked me great questions about the concepts of my design. So pursuing such project as a freshman, it just lets me feel amazing that I have still 3 years to do something much more complex than this, and it will lead me much further.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. Piper Warehouse is a group of logistics professionals dedicated on working together to provide their clients with a complete logistics package. Their goal is to continue to ensure that they're in a position to exceed in their business goals and objectives. For more information, give them a call at 317-396-1023. Couple of changes for the Quakers. We'll get to that in a moment. Harden on the drive, the miss, put back no by McGowan, and the rebound pulled down by Aiden Temple, who's checked in now for the Quakers, number 22. Also into the lineup will be Kendall Cave, number 4. Mentioned Cave had some injuries that have kept him out of the lineup. They're really glad to have him back at 13 points per game. Good look at Nunnally on the drive, 8 on the shot clock. Temple. Jump hook, good. Temple averages 4 per game, lead back to 4. Rocco Ritchie looking inside. Entry pass will find Pride. Pride goes to the floor, no whistle, and Earlham trying to run right here.
Got to like the bump, going to let him play.
Kennedy in the lane, can't get it to go. Long rebound, pull down. Quakers will bring it out. It'll be Temple, and he'll give it now to Walker.
15 on the shot clock.
Yeah, I was going to say, Walker averages 18, has 2 early. Here's a 3 on the way, good from the top by Nunnally.
They gave him 2.
They will say then he was on the line. So Nunnally, his first 2 of the night, lead at 1 now for Rose-Hulman. Pride sets the high screen. The drive, the feed, and a turnover. Pass intended for Pride, and that'll be their first turnover of the night.
Right idea. Got to let your guy know you're going to throw it, though. Got to communicate a little bit.
So each team now with a turnover. Quakers have a chance to regain the lead. Walker, guarded out front by Harden. Walker from 17, can't get it to go. McGowan with a rebound, quick outlet pass. Will find Harden. Harden stops, back to McGowan. They're trying to post up Pride down low. He has a size advantage. Here's Rocco Ritchie again, can't get the roll, and the rebound there for the Quakers. There is Kendall Cave. Nunnally on the drive, nice feed inside, basket good, and Aiden Temple now has 4.
Maybe the spark he needed to come off the bench.
Well, they erased the early lead by Rose-Hulman. Studemeyer down to McGowan. This is what they want to do. McGowan one-on-one, nearly loses it, spins, fadeaway jumper on the way, good. McGowan has 6.
7 feet out, he's good. 7 foot, right in, and we're not used to seeing that inside game.
So back to the Quakers, down by 1. Just over 13 minutes remaining in the first half. Jumper on the way, straightaway, good by Walker. Walker now has 4. Well, right now, both teams shooting pretty well here in the first half of play. Studemeyer looking to McGowan again. He's posting up low against Temple. Here's Harden, screened by Pride. Harden on the drive, kicks it back to Pride. 3 from the top of the keys, no good. McGowan with a rebound, put back, yes. He has 8.
Got him in the game. That's exactly what they wanted to do.
Rose is going to be coming back with 3 new players here shortly. Nunnally to Cave. They'll work it back to Nunnally. Cave on the low block against McGowan. Cave tries the up and under. Fadeaway shot, no good. Rebounded by Pride. Across the timeline. Good look at Harden. Now to Studemeyer. This is McGowan against Cave. McGowan just backs his man down, blocked by Cave. He goes out of bounds, will stay here. Into the lineup, Jack Jenigas, number 32. Simon Blair, the 6'7 junior, number 44, checks into the lineup. And also Troy McManus, number 15 now for Rose-Hulman.
Earlham shooting 46.2% so far. Rose-Hulman at 53.8 from three-point line, 50% for Earlham, and 33% for Rose-Hulman.
Loki Anda coming in, number 13 now for the Quakers.
Oh, held his jersey, come on!
Here is Rocco Ritchie, good. That'll be a 2-point bucket. It was just a little hold, Coach.
Okay.
You can get away with that.
A little?
Yeah, a little.
Okay, fine.
Quakers down by 3, under 12 minutes.
I'll calm down.
Good look here at Nunnally. Nunnally. The kick out, 3 on the way. That one is no good. Temple coming up empty. Here's Harden, takes the lead pass across the timeline. They'll look inside. Here's Simon Blair. Blair, nice feed, and layup is going to be missed, but we'll go to the free throw line. That'll be Jack Jenigas, the 6'6 freshman. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 11:22 to go, 17-14, Rose-Hulman.
Anxious over algebra? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at AskRose.org. Confused by chemistry? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at AskRose.org.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. Their mission is building better futures one story at a time. They acknowledge the whole person and their individual story. They take great care to create an environment that is as inclusive as it is innovative. They also have a meaningful product to bring to you. By the way, you can give them a call at 317-472-7600.
17-13, 11:22 left in the first half. Shooting the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, the game is coming their way. Rose-Hulman shooting 57%, Earlham at 42%. If you were tracking Transy Manchester, came late. Transy must have showed up a little late because it now is a 7:50 start. Originally, it was supposed to be a 7:30 game.
But we'll keep you updated as much as we can on that one.
As we stay on the air, yes, sir.
We're going to go to the free throw line. Jack Jenigas stepping to the line for the first time tonight. In fact, I think that might be our first foul on either team.
I do believe you're correct, Troy. I'm looking at my little roster here, and that is the first foul that I have listed.
By the way, Jenigas at 83%. So far, Miles McGowan with 8, Rocco Ritchie 5, Cole Pride with 4. Leading Earlham so far is Ken Walker with 4, Aiden Temple with 4.
They just changed the possession arrow because they forgot to start it at the game.
So now the possession arrow will be in favor of Earlham. Second free throw is good. Lead back to 6. This is Walker across the timeline, guarded there by Rocco Ritchie. Kennedy, they'll work it right side Nunnally, down in the baseline, Anda. Not as much size in the lineup now for the Quakers without Williams in the lineup. There's a floater down in the baseline by Kennedy. He now has 5.
He's got a nice little smooth jump shot, doesn't he?
Well, he averages 2.5 per game, so he's doubled up his average already. Off the screen, the three-pointer is going to be missed by McManus. And we'll head the other way. Quakers down by 4. This is Walker. This time he'll draw Harden as the defender. Earlham doesn't waste a whole lot of time getting into the offense, getting a shot off. Nunnally will stop, feed it left side now to Kennedy. Now the shot clock down to 6. Nunnally off now to Walker. Walker back to Nunnally for 3. Good. Clutch shot there by Nunnally. Now he has 5. Lead back to 1 now for Rose-Hulman. Rocco Ritchie trying to get it inside now to Jenigas. Jenigas backs his man down. Shot is up and missed, and we've got another foul, and it may go against Anda once again. If it is, that is number 2, and it is. I mentioned Jenigas, an 83% free throw shooter. Both teams will make changes here in a couple of moments. Coming in for the Quakers, number 11, Connor Smith, just a freshman. Jackson Rhodes is checked back in. Studemeyer is back in for the Quakers. He, along with Harden and Rocco Ritchie, in the lineup. McGowan back in as well as he got that quick rest and the lead at 3.
It's I think Coach is really happy to get them to that 2-minute rest, see what they can do.
In the corner, here's Smith. Good look at Nunnally with the basketball, reversing it right side now to Rhodes. Shot clock down to 8. The drive, the kick, and a turnover. Just the second turnover by the Quakers. Harden, now they'll feed it down inside. McGowan. McGowan has a size advantage again. McGowan spins twice off the glass, missed it, and we've got a rebounding foul this time. I think we're going to get 32, which was Jack Jenigas. You know, I tell you what, if you watch McGowan, I think if he just backs his man down and goes right at it instead of spinning so much, he probably has a pretty good look.
I think if he goes left, I think you're right, Troy. If he goes to the center of the bucket.
So Jenigas is out with that foul. Quakers basketball down by 3 with 9 minutes remaining. This is Walker with the ball. Quick ball movement in the corner. 3-pointers up and off the mark as Rhodes can't get it to go. And then they turn it over. Second turnover by Rose.
Heading out of bounds. Threw the ball out of bounds. Threw the ball. No one was there.
Walker off to Nunnally. Nunnally gets the high screen from Temple. Quakers, I just mentioned, they don't waste a whole lot of time, and this time they're going to get it off with 12 to go, and there's Walker again. He has 6. Last 2 possessions, they got it under 10. Not this time. Lead back to 1, 21-20 with 8:28 to go. Rose-Hulman basketball. This is Harden. He'll get the screen from Cole Pride. Harden loses it. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say Harden the last to touch it. Third turnover. Halftime guest, Owen Reynolds, a tennis player here at Rose-Hulman. He'll be our special guest.
A pretty good tennis player.
I'm gonna tell him that you want to challenge him when you're back over here next time.
Be happy to do that.
Quakers basketball. This is Nunnally with a left-hand dribble. Off to Walker. 3-pointers up and short. And run down in the corner by McGowan.
Guarantee you the match will be over in less than 3 minutes.
You're going to beat him that bad?
No. Yeah, right.
Off the screen, Rocco Ritchie. Nope, that shot's no good. Actually, it's going to be McManus with the missed shot. One and done there for Rose-Hulman. Here's Walker once again, guarded by Harden. Walker gets it back. In the corner, 3 on the way is no good as Temple can't get it. Offensive rebound. Here's Nunnally from the top. 3, no. Again, long rebound. Here's Harden. Harden takes it strong. The kick out. Studemeyer for 3, no. We will stay at 21-20. Here is Walker. The feed inside, the kick out, and the 3 on the way, no good. As Kendall Cave can't get it to go. Quickly back the other way, the drive and the missed layup by McManus.
Maybe rest the shot.
And we've got another timeout on the floor. 6:52 remaining, first half, 21-20, Rose-Hulman. Back here at Rose-Hulman, a 1-point lead as we are under the 7-minute mark in the first half. By the way, Transylvania now leading Hanover 6-4 early in that contest.
Early, the shooting was pretty good. It's dropped a little bit, 40% for Earlham, 42% for Rose-Hulman. Three-point land, 20% for Rose-Hulman. They are 1 of 5, and Transy still at 2 of 10 at 20%. So both of them not shooting well behind the arc.
Well, by the way, when you look at some of the shots that Rose has missed recently, I mean, they've had some pretty good looks.
Pretty good bunnies.
So it'll be Earlham basketball following that timeout. This is Nunnally at the elbow. The screen by Williams, who has checked back into the lineup. This is Cave, ready to draw the double team. Gets rid of it back to Williams. Now Nunnally. Here's Walker. Walker off now to Nunnally. Three-pointers up and good. And they're now starting to hit some big shots, including Nunnally, who has 8. He averages 9.9. Back the other way, Rocco Ritchie missing. And coming away with it, Nunnally now for the Quakers.
They have missed their last 3 shots down to 4.
I think that the thing that they got to go back to the game plan
is
get it back inside.
Yep.
That was the game plan coming in. Here's Cave for 3. He hits it. Kendall Cave getting his first. Back inside. Here is a 3 from the top. That's going to be missed. As Daniel Savovich in the lineup can't get it to go. And tell you what, right now, it's a 5-point lead. Here's Williams for 3. Can't get it to fall. Ball saved by Cave. And then eventually knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here. Last touch by McGowan. Coming into the lineup for the Quakers will be Kennedy. That will give a break there for Ken Walker. And also back in will be Simon Blair now for Rose-Hulman. And back in Janigas for the Fighting Engineers. And right now Earlham has a 5-point lead. Biggest lead of the night for the Quakers.
They need to reset the shot clock at 20, which they just did.
Quakers shooting much better, and Rose-Hulman unable to find the basket here lately. Williams nearly hit Cave in the head with a basketball. Cave step back jumper is no good, and a foul called against Jack Janigas. That'll be his second. We're going to go to the line. Well, over the last couple of minutes, Coach, I think that Earlham has just out-hustled Rose-Hulman to a couple of loose basketballs, and again, the shooting's been a difference too. Cave misses the first one. Out of the lineup there for Rose-Hulman will be Daniel Savovich. Second free throw good by Cave. He now has 4. Lead at 6. Rose-Hulman again has gone into a little bit of a drought here in the scoring department. Studemeyer off that screen. Here's Blair. Now to Harden. Harden. They look inside, and right now, nothing down low for Rose-Hulman. This is Blair. One dribble, picks up his dribble. Now we'll find Ritchie. Here's his 3 on the way. Good. Boy, they needed that one.
Needed that one. Yes, sir.
8 points now by Rocco. And the lead at 4 now for Earlham. The other player they got to get involved, I think, offensively for Rose-Hulman is Studemeyer. I don't think he hasn't really taken a shot. The ball.
No.
Ball tipped. Saved by Williams. No. Turnover. Quakers their 3rd. Back the other way. Rocco Ritchie with a basketball. Shot fake to Blair. He'll fire the 3. Missed it short. And Harden hustling after the loose basketball gets the rebound. Harden, the drive. Feed inside. Layup good by McGowan.
That's what Harden does so well.
Tell you one thing for sure. McGowan had gone into a little bit of a funk as well because he didn't get the ball down low. 27-25, Quakers basketball. Here's a shot on the way, no good. Rebounded as Kennedy can't get it to go. Rocco Ritchie. Studemeyer with the basketball. Back to Harden. Harden gets the screen by McGowan. Now it'll be Blair. They're looking inside of McGowan. Can't get it to him. Williams with those long arms. Shot clock down to 12. The drive by Harden, and layup missed. And ball loose in the backcourt, eventually picked up there by Nunnally. Still a 2-point lead now for the Quakers. Nunnally guarded out front by Studemeyer. Cable comes set the high screen. Nunnally gets it back to Cave. His three-pointer is good. Kendall Cave, his second three. He has 7. It's now a 5-point lead for Earlham. Rose-Hulman basketball. Here's Simon Blair looking inside to McGowan. It'll be kicked and goes out of bounds. Quakers make a change. Connor Smith back in. Also coming back in will be Aiden Temple. We've got a timeout on the floor. 2:54 remaining first half. Earlham leads it by 5.
So my goal is to get involved in space industry and learn about what lies beyond the Earth's horizon. I came across Rose Rocketry. I saw, hey, they're doing some really cool stuff. They're building rockets. I really grew a lot being as part of the team. Last year, through Rose Rocketry, I was able to attend SED's Space Vision 2022, which was a student conference for people who want to get involved in space. And I was able to go to Washington, D.C. and talk to so many people within the space industry who come together and say, this is what the next goals for space are. Being at Rose, I was able to hone my engineering skills to push myself to get involved in the field further and learn about all these different opportunities. And I don't think I would have really gotten that at a bigger university.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They present highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction as well as metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. We needed a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance. You can count on Boilermaker Union Local 374 to do the job right the first time. Rose-Hulman basketball down by 5 here in the first half. McGowan, Studemeyer. Studemeyer stops, back to McGowan down low, working there against Temple. McGowan up and under, right hand off the glass, good.
He gets that deep, you can count it.
You know, you don't think he's that physical, but he's really backing those defenders down.
And he's bigger than what you think. Down on the floor, he's a pretty big kid.
Here's a three from the top of the key, no good. Williams, the rebound, put back, yes, off the miss.
His first
by Temple.
two tonight.
Williams averages 4.6 points per game, the lead back to 5. This is Studemeyer across the timeline against Nunnally. Looking back inside to McGowan. McGowan, the quick spin, tip from behind, turnover, number 4 now. Back the other way, Earlham on the run, basket good at the other end by Kennedy. He has 7.
Transition points, they are very, very quick and very good.
Earlham now with a 7-point lead under 2 minutes to go. Studemeyer from 15, it went 14. Rebound Williams. Quakers are going to slow it down now, back to Nunnally. So Earlham playing very well here in the first half. Good look now at Kennedy. They'll work it, Williams. Once again, Nunnally. Wide open, three-pointers on the way, good. That'll be Connor Smith.
They are 33% from three-point line. They are 5 of 15.
And a 10-point lead, biggest lead of the night now for Earlham. And there's another bad pass, 5th turnover, and we'll quickly head the other way. Earlham under a minute to go. They're going to be very happy on the road, leading it by at least 10.
Yes.
Boy, some big shots hit here by the Quakers in the first half. This is Kennedy at the elbow, back to Williams. Reverses it now to Nunnally. Nunnally for 3, missed it. And the rebound by Rocco Ritchie. Ritchie quickly pushing the pace the other way. Left hand, no. Rebound McGowan, put back, yes, and he's fouled by Williams.
Miles has 14 on the night. Boy, did he deserve the free throw there. He got smacked right in the head. Went aggressive to the basket. Back in your day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they had a peach basket when you were playing,
And
right?
there weren't all those lines weren't on the floor either, I guarantee you.
Okay, gotcha.
Here's McGowan. Completes the three-point plays, they say the old-fashioned way, and now the lead at 7. You got to feel really good if you're Rose-Hulman.
Keep it under the single.
Oh, yeah. Get it from double digits down to 7. Earlham will play perhaps for 1. There's about a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cave back in. By the way, also back in the lineup, Walker. Here's Nunnally. Nunnally inside, and layup good by Temple. 3.3 to go, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Temple now with 6. And they work that inside game to perfection. Great passing that time by the Quakers, Coach.
Yeah, they lost track of where we went. Nice little give and go. You know, you'd mentioned turnovers. Hanover, Rose-Hulman, Earlham. I got it right.
Yes.
Earlham, 3 turnovers tonight. Rose just 5. You really look at the little drought that Rose-Hulman had, really has affected them a little bit.
You know, and the other thing you got to remember, for whatever reason, Rose-Hulman at home this year, they're 1-5. They're 3-4 on the road.
Yeah, we talked about that in his office. He goes, I'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah. For whatever reason, the Fighting Engineers have a tough time at home. Inbound to Rocco Ritchie. Ritchie at the buzzer, no. And that's going to do it for the first half. Earlham really playing well in the first half on the road. They lead it 39-30 despite the nice night by Miles McGowan. We'll talk about his numbers in a little bit as well. But you talk about Kendall Cave had a nice first half. Temple, Kennedy, Nunnally, and Walker. There's good balanced scoring right there for Earlham.
Yeah, you know, you look at the total point count, Nunnally with 8, Kennedy with 7, Walker with 6. Then you got Williams with 2 and Smith with 3. For Rose-Hulman, you got Ritchie with 7, Pride with 4, McGowan with 15, and Jenkins with 4. All in all, you got to play a little bit more aggressive defense. Got to hit your shots. You can't go on that 2-minute drought.
Yeah,
that's going to hurt you a little bit as well.
We'll come back, talk with Owen Reynolds, the tennis player. In fact, the #1 singles player and #1 in doubles, coming up next right here on RHIT.TV.
So I started working on Babcock Ranch 16 years ago. We designed a sustainable community that is also storm resilient, and also it has a ton of flood control associated with it. It has 75 megawatt solar facilities on site, which will cover the entire 18,000 acre community. In September of 2022, we had Hurricane Ian. We had 150 miles an hour sustained winds for about 10 hours and 21 inches of rain. Babcock really had little to no damage at all. We were the only place in a 2-county area that had any electric or any available drinking water that did not need to be boiled. And Rose really prepares you to go out, think outside the box, and problem solve. And I think for any major at Rose-Hulman, that's what you're getting. You have the ability to go out and create something new and innovate and change the way that we live as humans today.
Back once again here at Rose-Hulman, 39-30 your halftime score. We're going to talk some Rose-Hulman men's tennis. Owen Reynolds joining us here tonight. And Owen, great to have you with us. And I was mentioning to you off the air, it's kind of hard to think we're now thinking about tennis now. And the calendar has turned over and you're ready to go. And talk a little bit about being here at Rose-Hulman first and what brought you here to Terre Haute.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. Rose-Hulman, good academic school for engineering, and I wanted to go into engineering, so it was a great fit for me. And tennis team, competitive in the conference every year, so just a great fit overall.
Where are you from?
From Gilbert, Arizona.
From Arizona?
Yeah.
All right. Now, the obvious question is, I know Rose-Hulman is a great school, but You can't beat the weather in Arizona.
Oh no, not at all. This is miserable. It's way too cold here.
I was going to say, I remember being a kid, and I grew up in Colorado, and it's cold in Colorado. But then I remember talking to some kids who were from Arizona, and it was like 70 in Colorado, and they were freezing to death. So last time I was in Arizona, it was like 110 or something like that.
Yeah, it gets pretty hot in summers.
All right, tennis, ready to go. Talk a little bit about, I know you're number one in singles, you're number one on the doubles team as well. Talk a little bit about how things are going so far as you get ready for a brand new year.
Yeah, so we're starting our official practices next week to gear up for our first match, which is on the 20th against Wabash.
Okay.
And from there, we'll start our season, get into conference matches around February, March. And looking forward to it. We got a great group of guys. It's going to be a good team and hopefully a good season.
Well, talk about the team itself. What do you guys look at this year? I know you being number one in both singles and doubles. I don't know at the collegiate level, is that unusual to be playing number one at both?
I'd say it's somewhat common. It varies from school to school, but that's how it worked out here.
Yeah. So you get a lot of work in, and it's a little bit different playing number one singles and then playing doubles. I mean, it's a completely different kind of game.
Yeah, very different feel. But good to have experience with both, and nice to be able to play both singles and doubles.
Yeah. All right, so talk about your preparation. Some of the things you do in the off season to get yourself ready for a new year.
Off season, I focus a lot on just staying in good shape, doing some fitness over summer, lots of cardio, just making sure fitness is where it needs to be, and then just getting a lot of repetition with the basics, just forehands, backhands, always just tuning everything up.
Yeah.
And then getting some match play in right before the season starts to get that competitive feel back.
You know, I'm glad you said that. When you mentioned repetition, I mean, bottom line is you got to hit a lot of balls every week. And talk about that routine. And I know some days you probably don't feel like it, but you got to do it.
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, a couple days off and throws you completely off, and then it takes a little while to get back into it.
Yeah.
So it's good to stay consistent.
As you look forward to the new year, and you mentioned the team itself, what are some of the strengths on this team right now as you get ready for competition?
We're very deep this year. We have a very deep roster, a lot of really solid players who can really play anywhere in the lineup. And so that makes the strength of practices really good, because everybody's competing at a high level in practices, and that carries on over to matches very nicely.
I was going to say that's got to be a big difference. I mean, if you're strong up and down the order, you know you're going to get challenged every week in practice.
Yeah. Very competitive environment and nice.
And certainly makes you a little bit hungry, too. Some of those players trying to take your spot. I mean,
there's definitely that nerve of, you know what, if I want to keep playing one, I'm going to need to keep playing at a very high level, because I know everybody else is definitely going to.
Yeah. When you played at Arizona, I'm sure, and you played a lot outdoors, now you're indoors. Is there a big difference between playing either in or out?
There is a little bit, yeah. Indoor courts typically pay a lot faster, so it's a lot faster of a game, especially for doubles. I mean, you got a lot of balls going on at the net, and it's very quick. So a little bit of an adjustment, but I honestly probably prefer playing indoors. It's just like the pace of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you never have to deal with the elements, of course. I'm sure there's days you go outside and you're like, it just isn't right, huh?
Don't need to worry about the heat too much. Don't need to worry about the sun or the wind. So it's nice. It's super focused, and really comes down to the level of you versus your opponent.
When you speak of that, when you do go back outdoors, I wouldn't be able to handle it mentally. How do you handle it mentally, knowing there's some adverse conditions sometimes?
It's definitely tough. I think the best thing to do is always just bring it back to the basics. Make sure you're doing everything fundamentally really good, not going for too much. Just playing a very simple game, and then once you start to find a rhythm in the outdoors, if it's windy or sunny out, just find a good rhythm and go from there.
Probably not try to overthink it too much, right? 'Cause that can probably work against you.
Yeah, you got to take a lot of time in between points just to recollect yourself and get focused for each point.
All right, let's do a little scouting report on you. Let's find out, if I'm your opponent, what do I want to try to do against you that can get you off your game? See, I'm asking you this because Keith thinks he can beat you in tennis. So when we come back over and it's nicer, we've got a match going,
is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure if I should be saying my weakness is I hit it to my forehand. I mean, love that. Yeah.
Is that one area that you really work on and try to work on a lot?
Yeah, I mean, my forehand's definitely my strength, and I think it's really important to especially tune your strength, because I mean, if you don't have your weapons going, you're gonna run into some trouble. And then cleaning up the weaknesses as well, just backhands, maybe different match strategies, and making sure everything is up to par where it needs to be.
Now you're going to be playing, I had a note here that you're going to be playing, is it the ITA? Is that at the end of the month?
There was the ITA regional tournament earlier in the fall in October.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was my first year getting to experience that. And it's basically you have the top players in the Division III and the region we're in, and they go up to Kalamazoo. They've got a great facility there and compete, draw maybe 64 or 128, and it's really great to see all the competition and get a good feel for people at the highest level.
Yeah. So how'd you do? How'd you feel you did?
Got a first round win, which was nice, and then lost to one of the seeded players from Case Western in the second round.
Okay.
And then doubles, we also played Case Western. They're a tough tennis school in the first round, but we managed to keep it close, and I was pretty happy with how we performed really well. And I also want to give a shout out to my teammate. He did very well. Grant Paradowski, he plays 2 singles.
Oh, good.
And he was also with us at the ITA tournament, and he ended up winning the consolation draw.
Good.
So it was a good performance from everybody. My doubles partner, Ryan, who couldn't make it today, he also very good playing, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Great experience, though, isn't it, overall, to know where you stack up and what you got to do to get to that level?
Yeah, it's definitely a good gauge, and we stayed a little bit after to watch some of the seeded players, and then you take a look at them and study a little bit, and you're like, maybe I should add this to my game, or maybe I should be going for a little bit more here, and so it's nice to get a good feel.
As much as tennis is a team sport, when you think about the team itself, there's so much individual part of it as well. Is that an easy balance for you, knowing that, yeah, you got to do a great job? I mean, the bottom line is, yep, but of an individual, yes, but you're also just a big part of the team.
Yeah, I think it's important to prioritize the team aspect of it, because, I mean, if you're having a bad day, there's still 8 other matches that have to go on, and the most important thing is to be supportive of all your teammates and cheering them on. And a lot of the times, if you keep on doing that, you'll see the benefit in your own game, because it gets you in a positive mindset, and that helps out a lot.
All right, you mentioned earlier you come from Arizona, you're in Terre Haute, you're at Rose-Hulman. Let's talk about the academic side and how difficult it is to be a student athlete at the Division III level. And listen, I think you still go to class, right?
Yes, of course.
I got to mention, Keith didn't go to class, and look what it did to him.
No.
So talk about balancing all of that in your life.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to balance. I mean, it's a lot of demand on the academic side, but I'm pretty grateful for it. I mean, because last few years, I think I've gotten a lot better at having to manage my time wisely. So I think it's helped me out a lot in my own life.
I'm glad you said that, because that's the one thing I think I hear the most. And it's probably gotten worse since I was in school, is just managing your time. I mean, there's probably times you don't want to do some of that work, and yet you have to.
Yeah, it's the most important thing, I feel like, especially at Rose, is time management.
Yeah.
And it's also nice because, like, everyone on the team is a similar major, so you have a big support system with people who can help you out in your classes if you need it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Okay. You mentioned your first match is, again, what day?
The 20th against Wabash.
Against Wabash. And that'll take place there, or will it be?
At Wabash.
At Wabash. Okay, very good. So we're only days away from that. Owen, finally, before we let you go, will you take the challenge if I bring Keith back over here, and will you play him in a match?
Definitely.
Any betting lines on this one? Who might win that thing?
Oh, I think I should be a heavy favorite.
Hey, great to see you, and congratulations on a great year so far, and good luck this year, too.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right,
Thanks
we'll come
for having
back. Halftime coming up in a couple of moments. We'll run down some of the first half numbers right here on RHIT.TV.
An active athlete looking for enhanced performance, comfort, and recovery? Then Skins is the perfect choice for you. Our revolutionary sports compression product provides better oxygen flow in your muscles, helps reduce fatigue and pain from intense physical activity, allowing athletes to push their boundaries and perform better.
Skins helps keep everything, including you, on track.
So don't wait any longer. Get your Skins now and experience unbeatable performance.
Take your game to the next level with Skins.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in desperate need. What began as a single ministry for women has exploded into a multifaceted organization that now serves thousands of men, women, and children every year. For more information, and if you'd like to volunteer, give them a call at 317-686-6239. We have the official numbers in the first half. And, boy, again, if you're the Quakers, you shot 49% in the first half, 35% from three, some numbers that they knew if they're going to win tonight, Coach, they were going to have to improve on over their season numbers, and they've done that.
Yeah, they have. I look at the one of the things I always have my assistants look is the bench points, and really Earlham has outscored Rose-Hulman from the bench 16-4.
Yep.
That's kind of big of the way I look at it. The turnovers, not too bad, but some crucial turnovers at crucial times to make Earlham more effective. You look at everything else, you look pretty happy. Turnovers are 4 apiece. Paint points in the paint, Rose-Hulman 16-10. Second chance points 5-9. I mean, all in all, not bad. It's a 9-point lead because of that 2-minute drought where they hit some nice three-pointers back to back to back. The three-point land has been very, very good, actually, to Earlham tonight.
By the way, that other score we were keeping an eye on right now, and it looks like that might be done here pretty quick. Transylvania leading Hanover at Hanover 33-19.
You know, once Transy goes inside, they're really tough to get beat. Yeah. They're really good.
They are, and they're winning on the road here tonight. Well, the other key now for Earlham.
Yes.
When you look at the second half of the season, they've been very even with most of the other teams they played in the first half, but they've been outscored in the second half, 539 to 424. Can they keep this up in the second half?
And a lot of that, I think, Troy, is the rhythm of the game. You know, right now, if you really look at the rhythm of the game, Earlham's playing pretty well. They just have to maintain. I think the first 5 minutes of what Rose-Hulman does to come out in the first 5 minutes of the game, the second half will tell the tale.
All right, it'll be Quaker basketball. This is Nunnally. He along with Kennedy outside and Walker as well. That is Walker losing the basketball, and we have a jump ball and the possession arrow in favor of Rose, and there's an early turnover.
So the first 13 seconds you turn over the ball because you can't handle the ball inside.
Yep. So now let's see if Rose-Hulman can take advantage of that as Harden will bring it up the timeline. By the way, when you think about the play inside, you really have to think about what Miles McGowan can do, and he's going to get the basketball first. Right-hand jump hook in the lane. He has 17.
You think they talked about that earlier in the locker room?
I think they can have a banner night with him inside tonight. Nunnally gets cut off. Here's Walker. Quick reverse near side to Rhodes, and then Williams lost it. 2 straight turnovers now for Earlham. Harden. Now to Studemeyer with the basketball at the elbow. They're looking inside to McGowan. Harden back out top. 3-pointers on the way. Good. Big bucket already. As 23, Cole Pride. He has 7.
And you saw that time they reversed the ball, got the ball. He stepped into that 3-pointer, made the difference.
In the corner, 3 is on the way. No good as Rhodes can't get it to fall. And here come the Fighting Engineers again. Harden looking down low.
Go back in there.
That's McGowan against Williams. Williams has a couple of fouls early. McGowan with the left hand short, and he'll receive the basketball off the baseline, off the hands of Williams. Here's Studemeyer for 3. No.
Ugh. Right on line, just off to the left.
Quakers, their third possession. They've had 2 turnovers already to begin this second half, and a missed shot. Here is Walker. Kicks it outside to Kennedy. Shot on the way, no good. McGowan with a rebound. Gets it away from Williams. Here's Rocco Ritchie. Down low. Good look here at Pride. The kick out Studemeyer. This will be Harden. And they're going to get Williams on the reach, and he just picked up the foul. Take a look at this last three. Number 2 on Williams. And there's your 3, and Cole Pride hits a big bucket there to cut that deficit down to 4.
You know, you're a shooter. You can feel it when it's going in.
Yeah.
You just feel it.
And when it starts to go in, you want to keep feeding him.
The rim looks really, really big.
Stoudemire back to Harden. His three-pointer is no good. Pride the tip
Nice job.
Rocco Ritchie back to Stoudemire. Pull-up jumper, good. I love the mid-range jumpers, you know.
I kind of like it because he went 3, then followed his shot, got rewarded.
39-37, the lead just to 2 now for Earlham. Nunley feeds it down low. Shot on the way, good by Temple.
I have him for 6, Troy.
I have him for 8.
Okay.
Entry pass down low, knocked out of bounds. In the lineup there, Kendall Cave getting the start. Actually, should say coming into the lineup here in the second half. And they'll set Williams down with those 2 fouls.
And
Stoudemire inbounding.
I stand corrected. He has an 8.
Rocco Ritchie. Rocco driving, had his shot blocked, and I think we may have a late whistle here. And we're going to shoot 2. Rocco with 8 in the first half. First trip to the line tonight.
Got some viewers all over the country tonight there, Troy.
Yeah.
California, New York City.
Boy, Rocco missed them both badly.
Woo. That looked like you early today.
Yeah, they were 5 of 5 from the line up until those 2 misses. Yeah, you were talking about playing horse earlier. Problem was your horse was layups, and you were 8 of 55 in the layups.
We don't want to talk about it.
The drive by Cave, the miss, rebounded by Pride.
By the way, thank you for James to letting us get on the floor early tonight.
Because we know you got some work to do. Here's McGowan. And a foul call on Temple. The one thing you notice about Earlham, that interior defense, they just don't have anybody really strong enough to keep McGowan out
physical enough to put you out, right?
Yeah. And you can see why they gave 48 paint points to Mount St. Joseph. Stoudemire off the inbound, off the bottom of the rim by Pride.
I think there's a foul there. You got to blow the whistle.
Either that or he just didn't catch it strong. Here's Nunnally. In the lineup now for the Quakers again, Connor Smith. Quakers still leaded by 4 here in the second half.
Oh, mismatch underneath.
In the corner. Here's a 3 on the way, missed, and then a rebounding foul. McGowan got a piece of Connor Smith, who will go to the line. Off that miss by Kendall Cave. And we have a change, I believe. It will be right after this first free throw. Cole Pride will come out of the lineup. Smith had a 3 in the first half. So here's Jack Jenigas.
Played a good first half.
6'6" freshman out of Vancouver, Washington. Second free throw is on the way. It is good as well. 5 now by Smith. Lead back to 6. 16 minutes remaining in this one. Harden takes the screen. The strong drive, blocked from behind. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay here. Walker gets the block, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 15:52 to go. Second half. Earlham on top, 43-37.
575 of them from 40 states and 19 countries, with a record-breaking number of applications. Did you forget about Rose's outstanding class of 2023 and how 99% of the graduates have landed a position in their dream fields, graduate school, or the military?
The renovations to Munch Hall are finally complete, so I'm sure he'll have plenty to eat at the updated Munch Cafe by the new Living Mall.
We just broke ground on a new residence hall that will be ready for fall 2025.
We celebrated a record-breaking homecoming with more than 2,000 alumni, students, and friends commemorating the 100th anniversary of the bonfire with our first ever drone show. We also welcomed 267 employers for our fall career fair And perhaps the greatest gift of all, the Wall Street Journal named us to one of the top 20 best colleges in America, and U.S. News & World Report named us the #1 undergraduate engineering college. You can be a little old for a lot of things, but you're never too old or too far away for Rose-Hulman. 2023 was a year of adventurous journeys, of coming together, of growth. No matter how far away you roam this holiday season, you will never be truly alone as long as Rose is your home.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe. They offer traditional food like Grandma used to make.
Oh, yeah.
Several menu items, though, come with a twist, including the biscuits and gravy dish, the country ham dish. That comes with creamy pimento cheese and jalapeno chili jam. Check us out Wednesday through Sunday, Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe.
Get to see them tomorrow.
Janigas misses, and the rebound pulled down by Cave.
My favorite place to go for breakfast.
I know that.
You can catch me in my at my table at 9:30 tomorrow morning
with a big-time
bib
on.
Yep, feed me.
Quakers lead it by 6. Nunnally gets cut off. They draw the double team. Here's Cave. Now it'll be Walker. Down to Cave. Cave against Janigas. Cave back out. The 3 on the way, and nope, they're going to say
shot
it's a
clock
shot clock violation.
Chalk that up. Give them a Reese cup right there.
Boy, and Temple, by the way, would have made it. We could have had another split second.
Yeah, but a Reese cup's going to take good after the game. You got a shot clock violation. You know that comes out of the production.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben and the boys chip in every single time to get me a Reese cup.
He's got money. Rose-Hulman leads it, or should say down by 6, and a foul call.
Well, they just beat him up, don't they?
Well, they're trying to double team him now, as they know if he gets it inside one-on-one, it's almost automatic. Foul's going to be called against Temple. That'll be his second, the team's 4th foul. Off the inbound, here is McManus. Missed it. He remains cold. Quakers back the other way. Here's Nunnally. Quakers trying to pick up a win here tonight, just their 2nd win of the year. Nice drive to the basket, and missing the layup is Temple.
That's McManus on the defense there. Nice job.
Quakers back on defense. The basketball. Here is McManus once again. Studemeyer with the basketball, driving baseline, feeds it back outside. McManus for 3. This time he'll get it to go.
And he also followed his shot. If you're at home, excellent shoot, but excellent follow through. Down by 3. Come on, defense.
Nunnally to Cave. His 3-pointer is no good. Long rebound by Harden. Harden, the lone senior, gives it up to Studemeyer at the elbow. They're looking inside to Janigas, can't get it to him. Want to get McGowan back down there if they can. Studemeyer with 15 on the shot clock. Janigas off now to Harden. Harden.
He can knock down shot down.
Well, he had a pretty good defender in front of him. Here is Studemeyer for 3. Can't get it to go. McGowan with a rebound. Here's Janigas, baseline shot. Got it off just in time. Had to hurry it, though. That would have tied the ball game. Here's Walker. Walker, by the way, has not scored here in the second half. Averages 18. There's the spin. There you go. Walker has 8. Lead back to 5. McManus. Studemeyer pops the 3, got it. I told you earlier, I think they need to get him some more touches.
And that was in rhythm, Troy. Everything's got to be done in rhythm.
Studemeyer with 5. Back to a 2-point lead. Walker gives it up now to Nunnally. Cable comes set the high screen for Nunnally. Shovel pass left side to Smith. 3-pointer good. How about Smith? 8 points. Second 3 of the night. Studemeyer to McGowan. McGowan reverses it. Wide open Harden in the corner for three. He nails it.
First one of the night. Bingo.
Your lone senior. Back to a 2-point lead for Earlham. Earlham trying to pick up just their second win against 12 losses on the year. It'd be their second conference win. Cave on the drive, gives it up. Turnover number 7. Harden back the other way. Driving, basket good, and he's fouled by Smith.
Boy, they just did a nice job. Harden saw the basket, parted away, put the ball in the cup, got the contact, good, tie score.
Right now, Rose-Hulman playing good basketball. Timeout on the floor. We're tied at 48.
We're doing things so quickly. A lot of times we know that we need help. So our professors all know us by name.
Basically, everybody knows everybody here.
That one-on-one personal connection you're getting with the faculty, you don't get that a lot of places.
We're not just saying, here, go do this hard project. We are right there with them. We work with them.
The faculty are there for you.
It is a 16-4 run put together by Rose-Hulman to come back and tie this ball game at 48. You talked about earlier in the ball game with Rose-Hulman, coach, they went in that funk for about 2.5 minutes in that area where they just couldn't buy a shot, and now they're starting to get up and down the floor a little bit and get some pretty good looks.
Yeah, they do, and everything is in rhythm, which is really, really good. Deep, and it comes off the defense. Defense is playing much, much better, going after some loose balls. Shooting percentage is much better this half.
Well, I'll tell you what, one thing, both these teams want to get some momentum going into the next games. We mentioned Rose.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, they got a tough one coming up at Transy or against Transy here. We'll have that game here on RHIT.tv.
That's a doubleheader.
Men's and women's doubleheader, 1 and 3. And then, of course, Earlham has to play Manchester.
Yeah, doesn't get any easier in this conference. This is a great conference.
Well, that's why it's important to get this win.
Oh,
right?
yeah, especially, and you have a home win.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing. You look at Rose, they're 1 and 5 at home this year. They'd love to kind of get that monkey off their back, too. So now a chance to complete the three-point play. Harden gets the free throw. And now Rose has come back to take the lead.
Last time they had the lead, it was 21-20. How about that?
17-4 run here to begin the second half. And now Earlham, can they respond? This is Nunnally. Nice feed, layup good. Rhodes gets the bucket. He has his first 2.
Lost track of where he went.
Now we had mentioned when you look at the second half as Simon Blair gets it, Blair able to body it up inside. He gets his first 2. We mentioned a little bit ago that Earlham again in the second half, they just don't play as well. The numbers have shown they've been outscored big in the second half of their games. And we've got a whistle and a foul called against Rose-Hulman. Daniel Savovich in the lineup. He picks up his first. Nunnally will inbound the basketball. They'll put 20 on the shot clock. Still a 1-point lead now for Rose-Hulman. Here's Cave for 3. Yes, and he's fouled. Chance for a rare 4-point play. The foul called against Simon Blair. We don't see this very often. 10 points now for Kendall Cave. He averages 13. Chance now to give Earlham a 3-point lead. Short. And McManus with a rebound. Will stay at 2. McManus across the timeline. Here's Studemeyer. Studemeyer working there against Walker. McManus receives from Blair. By the way, out of the lineup is McGowan. The drive, The kick out. Here's a 3 on the way. That's going to be missed as Savovich can't get it. Put back good by Cole Pride.
Score tied.
So now Quakers in this back and forth contest now here in the second half. Back to Nunnally. Nunnally drew the double team. Quickly gets it back. Now to Walker. Walker from 15. Got the roll. Walker now with 10.
Yep, got his 10th point of the night.
Back
He was
to a
quiet.
2-point lead. Yes, he was. Studemeyer against Walker. The high screen. Studemeyer drives, and is it thrown away? It is. 6th turnover now by Rose-Hulman. Coming back in the lineup for Rose will be Miles McGowan. From a turnover standpoint, I don't think you can be too disappointed right now, other than you have 7 for Earlham and 6 for Rose, so the numbers are down.
Yep.
Walker, Nunnally looking inside to Cave. Cave got the defender in the air. He got hammered, and we'll go to the line for 2. The foul called easily there on Cole Pride.
Took a fall.
You know the old-fashioned Dan Issel head fake? That's what Cave did right there, right?
Well, Dan Issel had no teeth.
Well, yeah, but
that's
know
why he got knocked down all the time.
He's a heck of a player, though. Free throw missed. Cave no for, actually, I should say 1 for 3.
Back,
1 for 4.
Back in those old ABA days, right?
Yep.
We're just
Colonel.
dating ourselves, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir.
He and Artis Gilmore.
Yes.
Louis Dampier. Second free throw good.
And all-time Bob Nedolicki.
Yes.
He was my hero.
We need to bring out some more of those names, though.
Yes, we do.
3-point lead. Rose-Hulman under 10 minutes remaining. Trying to get a a home win here against Earlham. In the corner, and we've got an offensive foul on the pass. I think they got Savovich on the pass, and they did. 7th turnover. Savovich picks up another foul right there.
Oh, they're going to reverse the call.
Wow. And if you're Earlham, you can't be happy.
Well, he was inside the circle, so it can't be an offensive foul.
So who did they call the foul on then? 0, that's going to be Nunnally. So Rose gets a break right here.
That's a great officiating. Official came on the outside.
Boy, Harden turns it over. Boy, some costly turnovers in some very key situations now for Rose. This is Walker. Cable slide off to his left. Walker resets it out front with 13 on the shot clock. Walker back to Cave. Sets for 3. Missed it, and another foul. This time Savovich guilty, and we're going to go back to the line.
The bump. He said I'm playing defense, but the bump is they're making that call.
Thing is about that, coach, and we talked about it before, challenge and then get out of the way.
Yes.
You can't block that shot.
Right.
So Cave at the line. Back to a 4-point lead. It's just the little mistakes like that that can drive you nuts as a coach. We already saw it earlier when Kendall Cave got fouled on a 3 and almost completed a 4-point play. As Simon Blair is back in now for Rose-Hulman. And then Cave comes back and he did it again.
Yes, sir.
Misses that one. Stays at a 5-point lead. Under 9 minutes remaining, 58-53 Earlham.
We need a run.
Here is Savovich for 3.
Well, that makes it up a little bit.
Yep.
Now let's play defense down here.
Now a 2-point lead. Walker gives it off now to Rhodes. Back to Walker. Here's Nunnally. The handoff now to Smith. Good ball movement here by Earlham. 12 on the shot clock. Ball tip, turnover, Quakers. That's number 8. Back the other way we go. Nothing there for the Fighting Engineers, so they'll set it up now with Harden.
Harden likes to penetrate here. Got a shot fake there.
Rocco Ritchie with the basketball. Boy, and take care of the ball here. Here's McGowan, backs his man down, jump hook good. McGowan with 19, only 4 in the second half. We're tied at 58.
It's games of runs, aren't they? Games of run.
Not so sure I don't go back to McGowan until somehow Earlham stops him.
Yeah. Oh, there's an illegal screen, missed.
Cave will give it off now to Walker, back to Cave, guarded there by Blair. Cave will drive baseline, and a blocking foul called on Blair, should be number 2. And we've got another timeout on the floor, 7:40 to go, second half, tied at 58.
If there is one thing wrong in your aircraft, you're gonna fail it. Finding the right answer and trying again, that's really what dragged me to aerospace. This is a 3D printed airplane which I made over my freshman year at Rose-Hulman that can be radio controlled and flown. I saw other people making amazing stuff on 3D printers, and I thought if I combined that art of 3D printing with engineering, I could make something as complex as an airplane. So I got the idea as a sophomore in high school, and I just tried. I did it. I failed a couple times, but it all changed when I came to Rose-Hulman. I got in touch with Dr. Riley, who is an aerospace and ME professor, who really asked me great questions about the concepts of my design. So pursuing such project as a freshman, it just lets me feel amazing that I have still 3 years to do something much more complex than this, and it will lead me much further.
Hey, don't forget, if you'd like to be a part of IndianaSRN, you can unleash the power and passion. Always get a front row seat. Contact us at either coach@IndianaSRN.org or sales@IndianaSRN.org. We can discuss how we can have a customized sponsorship package just for you.
And if you're a Rose-Hulman fan, we can help you with the RHIT.TV
That's right.
advertisement as well.
After the timeout, Quakers trying to take the lead. Nunnally, good quickness with the basketball, feeds it inside. Ball dropped, the double team, and that'll put Rhodes at the line for 2.
Pick one or the other. I think it's going to be on McGowan.
Nope, going to get Simon Blair.
His 3rd. That's good for the home team because that would have been McGowan's 2nd.
Well, right now, Rose is putting Earlham at the line a lot here late in this one. Rhodes has 3. .7:26 remaining. Second free throw is no good. Tap out. Great job there by Connor Smith.
That hurts.
Still just a 1-point ball game. This is Connolly. They're looking back inside. They'll reverse it in the corner. Cave on the drive, forces up the shot, missed it. Offensive rebound, put back good by Rhodes, and he'll go to the line.
That will be Miles' 2nd.
I'll tell you what, right now we thought rebounding would be a big key, and it really is because Earlham's getting some big boards now.
Attacking the basket.
Yep. Free throw is good. Rhodes having a nice second half. He has 6.
And if you're an Earlham fan, you're pretty happy the way you're playing tonight.
Yeah.
4-point lead.
Earlham has not won at home, but they did pick up a road win at Defiance. That's their lone win so far this year, and they'd love to get one here tonight. Here is a 3 by Harden. He goes down, no whistle. He thought he got fouled by Walker. Quakers will slow it down coming into the half court. Still a 2-possession game. Here's Nunnally. Back in the lineup for Earlham is Temple. Walker gives it off to Cave, and then they turn it over. Quakers with their 9th turnover. Harden back the other way, lost it on the way up. No whistle there. Plenty of contact. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Rocco Ritchie.
Harden looks like he gets so physical there that maybe it's just equal physicality, maybe?
Yeah.
And no harm, no foul?
It's hard to say sometimes, isn't it? I mean,
it is from up here?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't tell. We're going to be in crunch time here pretty soon. This is Walker. Walker trying to drive against Savovich. Back in the lineup quickly is Rhodes. Nunley back to Rhodes. Baseline drive. The feed outside for 3. No. Shot missed there by Temple. And Rose gets it back. Under 6 minutes to go.
Now they need a score in this possession.
Blair trying to post up underneath. And Rose almost threw it away again. Still plenty of time in the shot clock. McGowan driving inside. Basket good, and he's fouled.
21.
I think the answer, if you're Rose, you got to go to him every time. He's got to touch the ball every time down the floor.
Watch this. Nice job. Good call. Hope he's fine down there. Smith
picks up number 2.
Looks like he's shaking it off a little bit. Coach, he hit me hard. Why that's an offensive foul, folks, is that was a side. Didn't get the whole entire up and down.
In front of him, yeah. He'll come out. Cave is back in. So McGowan a chance for his second 3-point play, make it a 1-point ball game. And he missed it. The tip out, and we got a foul called against Rose. They are going to get Blair, I believe. That's going to be number 4. Janigas is in. Blair will sit down. And we're going to walk to the other end here. And
this could affect the game big time.
It could.
With 5:36 to play.
More free throws. But Cave, by the way, has struggled tonight at the line. By the way, in college basketball, we still have the 1-and-1.
The state of Indiana, they have changed that rule in high school basketball.
Second free throw by Cade, make it a 2-possession game once again, and he gets it. Rose-Hulman basketball, under 5.5 to go here in this one. Harden, now to McGowan. Handoff again to Harden. Thought about the 3, back to McGowan. Janigas trying to post up down low. Harden on the drive, the kick. Studemeyer for 3, no. Janigas the tip and the rebound pulled away by Rhodes. Boy, Rose had a 17-4 run. They came back and tied this ball game at 58, and they can't buy a basket lately. Walker on the drive. Shot clock at 10. Nunnally back to Walker. 3-pointer no good. Janigas with a big rebound there for Rose. This is Harden across the timeline. Rocco Ritchie's been kind of quiet here lately. Studemeyer in the corner. Harden for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound McGowan. McGowan powers it up. Misses. Gets the offensive rebound, and he's fouled.
McGowan's played well.
Still think you got to get him down inside, Coach. I mean, I know he's playing a lot out on that perimeter, but, boy, work him down low.
Temple on the foul.
Yep.
That's his 3rd.
Big free throws here for McGowan. He missed his last one. And he missed this one, but he tips it out. Harden able to save it. Rose-Hulman basketball down by 4. Janigas will find Harden at the left elbow. Janigas reverses it to Studemeyer. Studemeyer takes the screen, looks back to Janigas. Janigas spins to the baseline, off the glass, missed it. He'll go to the line. Foul called on Temple.
Seems like Coach is now forcing him to go inside because that's where they can get some damage done here. We're close to the 4-minute timeout.
Mentioned Jenigas perfect from the line tonight. He's an 83% free throw shooter. He is now 5 of 5 from the line, all his points at the free throw line.
6 of 10 as a team, 60% from the foul line.
Rhodes back in. Temple sits down with those 4 fouls. Can make it a 2-point ball game, and he does. Coming up on 4 minutes. Walker, once he brings it across the timeline, looks to set to the left side. Good look here at Smith. Back outside on the drive. And the miss. A lot of contact there.
Play on.
Kendall Cave can't get the benefit of the call there. Chance here for Rose to tie the ball game. Stoudemire, 3-pointer on the way. No. Might have been a little quick on the shot there. Earlham gets it back, leading it by 2.
But you can't fault that as we got a TV timeout.
Timeout on the fly. I think Earlham might have called this one. 3:33 to go. Earlham leads it by 2. Well, you see it right there. It's a 2-point lead for Earlham. Coach, one thing that you'll notice with young basketball teams is the peaks and the valleys, the up and the down, the roller coaster that you get. Makes coaches ill and fans a little bit nervous, but that's the way it is with Rose-Hulman.
So in my coaching days, I could just blame it on all my youth?
Yes.
Even when I had all the seniors?
Yes.
The youth? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Never take the blame.
But you're right. And we talked about that earlier in the pregame show. Youth just, they're not there yet.
Yeah.
The cool thing is all the freshmen, 13 of them, by the way, become sophomore very quickly. They'll learn quick. Good ball club. Good coach. They'll be all right.
Nunley with the basketball against Stoudemire. Here's Cave. Cave, mid-range jumper, missed it short. Stoudemire with a rebound. Rose hanging in there. Chance to take the lead with a 3 here. Will they go to McGowan inside? That's the question. That's Harden. Rocco Ritchie. I mentioned he's been kind of quiet lately. Jenigas with the basketball inside to McGowan. McGowan draws the double team off the glass. No. Offensive rebound. Put back, yes. And he's fouled.
It's science.
McGowan now with 23. Take another look at it right here. We've got a timeout on the floor, tied at 64.
So my goal is to get involved in space industry and learn about what lies beyond the Earth's horizon. I came across Rose Rocketry. I saw, hey, they're doing some really cool stuff. They're building rockets. I really grew a lot being as part of the team. Last year, through Rose Rocketry, I was able to attend SED's Space Vision 2022, which was a student conference for people who want to get involved in space. And I was able to go to Washington, D.C. and talk to so many people within the space industry who come together and say, this is what the next goals for space are. Being at Rose, I was able to hone my engineering skills to push myself to get involved in the field further and learn about all these different opportunities. And I don't think I would have really gotten that at a bigger university.
Back here at Rose-Hulman, tied at 64. Rose a chance to take the lead as McGowan will go to the line to complete the three-point play. Potentially missed the last one. In fact, he had missed the free throw to try to complete a three-point play, and then he went to the line for the 1-and-1, and he missed the front end of that one. So the free throw's not been kind to him lately.
So he's due.
He is due. Under 3 minutes remaining, and he hits this one.
24 tonight.
Rose-Hulman takes a 1-point lead. Walker crossed the timeline. Nunnally with the basketball. 8 points in the first half for Nunnally, none in the second half. Great spin move, but a block by McGowan. Looked like Walker was going to have an easy bucket right there. Nunnally, the high screen. This is Cave. Back to Jackson, or take that back on the drive as Walker. Reverse layup, good by Walker. He has 12.
Gave him the baseline.
Back to a 1-point lead.
Going to come down to the last second shot here.
Here's Harden in the corner, Stoudemire. Harden receives out front, McGowan with a screen. Janigas looking inside to McGowan, spins to the baseline. Tries the up and under, now the left hand, got the roll.
26.
Last 5 for McGowan.
Under 2.
This is Nunnally. Gets the screen now by Rhodes. Nunnally stops. Looks to Smith. Smith driving against Rocco Ritchie. Shot clock at 10. Nunnally once again. Back to Smith in the corner. Big three-pointer by Smith.
Got 11.
8 in the second half, 11 for Smith. Back to a 2-point lead. Coming up on 90 seconds. Stoudemire with the basketball. Here's McGowan. Back out to Stoudemire. Thought about the three. Covered up by Nunnally. Shot clock at 14. Entry pass, and not a good pass that time by Harden. Knocked out of bounds by Cave. And now the officials get together. I think they're going to call a foul on Cave. Cave will pick up his first, and we're going to go to the line. And, boy, you want this guy right here. Janigas 6 for 6 from the line tonight. Chance to tie the ball game with 1:19 remaining. He shoots that like you used to.
Yep.
Cool, calm, collective.
I just wish he wore the long tubes like I did.
I know.
I like the hair. I did have that wave.
Sure you did. Second free throw is good. So you got into coaching, right? Lost it in 1 year.
18 years of coaching is do it to you.
This is Walker against Harden. Walker spins to the baseline. Shot good.
That's a tough shot because that was great defense.
Walker with 14. And a timeout on the floor. Rose-Hulman will talk about it with 59.8 remaining. They trail it by 2.
So I started working on Babcock Ranch 16 years ago. We designed a sustainable community that is also storm resilient, and also it has a ton of flood control associated with it. It has 75 megawatt solar facilities on site, which will cover the entire 18,000 acre community. In September of 2022, we had Hurricane Ian. We had 150 mile an hour sustained winds for about 10 hours and 21 inches of rain. Babcock really had little to no damage at all. We were the only place in a 2-county area that had any electric or any available drinking water that did not need to be boiled. And Rose really prepares you to go out, think outside the box, and problem solve. And I think for any major at Rose-Hulman, that's what you're getting. You have the ability to go out and create something new and innovate and change the way that we live as humans today.
Well, you see Rose down by 2. They get the timeout, 59.8. Bottom line is they got to score in this possession.
Shot clock at 25, so that helps a little bit as well. 2 for 1 here because of 40-second shot clock. Of course, Earlham will get another possession.
They will. Rose has got to score here, otherwise they're going to be forced to foul. Here's McGowan. Little cross off to Harden. Harden driving in, nearly lost his balance. Rocco Ritchie with a basketball. Shot clock at 13. Here's McGowan. McGowan spins to the baseline, comes back, hits it.
28.
40 seconds remaining. There is a difference of about 10 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. Walker with the basketball against Harden. Near side, Smith. Smith will find Nunnally. Back to Smith.
Crowd is up on their feet.
Here's Walker. They're going to try to clear it out for him. Walker lost it off his foot. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Smith back to Nunnally, and they get the timeout with 2. Ooh.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you're not going to have a whole lot of time now. You got 2 seconds to get a shot off here. Otherwise, you're going to give it back to Rose with plenty of time to get down the floor.
And they are now changing that to a full timeout. Don't forget, Saturday we're back here at Rose-Hulman. 1 and 3 o'clock start. Transy is in town. Girls will play at 1 o'clock. Men's at 3.
Yeah, I marked that off on my schedule. Did I tell you that I had it marked off?
Did you have it marked off?
Yeah.
Clark Chapin and Tony Donahue on the call.
Yeah.
Ben and the staff will be back. Ben's got a long road trip. He's got to go all the way back to Indianapolis, got a game tomorrow, and come back to Terre Haute on Saturday. Why we have a game, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
We you got a game tomorrow? You're off tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I only work once this week.
Once? Okay. Yeah. Well, enjoy your vacation.
Thanks.
Want to thank the hospitality of Rose-Hulman every single time we come in. If you are a fan, please let us know what you think about the broadcast. I would love to hear from you. Coach at IndianaSRN.org. Please.
All right, what do you want to do here, Coach? You're setting it up. You got 12.9, only 2 in the shot
clock. Got
clock.
to defend the basket, and then you got to grab a rebound because you're gonna be able to get a shot, but you got to get the rebound. Defend the basket.
All right, Earlham will inbound. Cave, ball touched. It goes out of bounds. It's going to go over to Rose. I know the Earlham staff didn't like there was no call there, but the bottom line is that thing was up for grabs. That was a 50-50 ball.
Shot clock is off, 10.7. McCowan took a shot in the head.
Studemeyer is in. I'll give him an extra shooter. We've got another timeout on the floor. Rose will get a 30.
Now, men's college they do not advance, correct? During timeouts?
No.
Women's games advance.
NBA advances. Do you like the advance? I think I kind of like the advance.
I like the advance as long as you can't go into backcourt.
Okay.
And that's why they changed that in the NBA and also in the women's college game. Because if you go into backcourt, there's no then you gain the advantage for the offense.
Yeah.
I think all the rules in high school and college basketball, pro basketball, helps the offensive player anyway.
Yeah. All right, right here, I always liked.
I know where I'm going.
Well, and that's just it. I want to go to the basket. I'm gonna if they're not gonna foul me, I'm gonna get a layup out of this. And odds are, if it's close, you're going to get to the free throw line, right?
Yes. I think 42 might see the basketball the last 10 seconds. What do you think?
I would think so. Harden will inbound the basketball as he brings it across the timeline. Studemeyer back to Harden. Harden will drive down the lane. Shot no good. He's going to go to the line. Foul will be called on Walker.
And Harden put pressure on him. Now you got to knock these two down.
Take another look.
Oh, definitely got contact.
Harden at 74%. He just needs one, though. He is 1 of 1 from the line tonight. I told you a little bit ago, I think the best thing to do is you go to the basket because odds are they're going to want it. First off, if they don't block the shot or at least attempt it, you're going to get a layup. If not, you're going to draw contact and go to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Now the question is, can you hit both one free throw? You get 2 chances. So
well, you got to hit both. Got to hit both.
No, you hit one, you're up 72-71, 3 seconds to go. I mean, I want to hit both, yes.
Okay.
But I don't have to hit both. No pressure.
Can I tell you, back in my days,
I've lost
a lot of games.
Because your guy didn't hit both?
That's true.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that
senior stepping up.
Over 70%, so you're right. He's a senior. You expect it from a 4-year player like Harden. And he calmly hits that one.
7th point of the night.
Rose looking for just their 2nd home win of the year. Another timeout on the floor. McGowan will come back to protect the basket. It'll be another 30-second timeout.
This one's on Rose-Hulman. Coach has got to tell them, okay, here's what we're going to do. He's going to knock down the second one. Let's put a little bit of pressure. Stay away. Do not foul.
We have seen enough already fouls on threes,
yes.
Right? And so you don't.
Well, we had 3 so far tonight.
Yeah. And I put somebody big on the inbound. They're going to have to throw over me.
Well, the man would be McGowan, wouldn't it?
Well, they brought McGowan back. I don't know who else is going to be in. They might have Janigas in on the inbound. Let's see how this works out.
You got Blair as well, 6'7".
Yeah, Janigas is in. McGowan is at midcourt. Now they're going to take Janigas out, so they're not even going to guard the inbound. 2nd free throw. Boy, he got awful quiet in here. He misses it. 2 seconds to go at the buzzer, and no! And Rose wins it tonight, 72-71. And with that win, Rose now 5-9 overall, 3-4 in conference play, and Earlham falls to 1-13, 1-6 in the conference. What a finish!
What a great finish. Nick Sales will be joining us here shortly, but I tell you what a finish for Rose-Hulman. They needed this win. They needed this win. Now you got to feel pretty good yourself. Maybe talk about this for maybe 15 minutes and then get ready for Transy. But what a ball game. 3-4 in the year, as you mentioned. Just a nice win. If you're Earlham, you did everything you're supposed to do tonight.
Yeah, everything. They're relatively young too when you look at Earlham, and they had a chance to win. Now they got to find a way to rebound against a good Manchester team coming up on Saturday. And the Muchner Cup is going to be presented here to Rose-Hulman. And there he is right there. Nice to have a cup named after you and you're still around to present it, right?
Yeah, I hope there's a Keith Myers Cup somewhere. I didn't win enough games to deserve that at all.
They wouldn't give you a cup, huh?
No.
We're going to talk with head coach Nick Sales. He'll be joining us here in the post game. He'll spend a couple of minutes with the team and then make his way up here. We'll do that coming up in a moment. We'll have the final stats for you as well right here on RHIT.TV.
575 of them from 40 states and 19 countries, with a record-breaking number of applications. Did you forget about Rose's outstanding class of 2023 and how 99% of the graduates have landed a position in their dream fields, graduate school, or the military?
The renovations to Munch Hall are finally complete, so I'm sure he'll have plenty to eat at the updated Munch Cafe by the new Living Mall.
We just broke ground on a new residence hall that will be ready for fall 2025.
We celebrated a record-breaking homecoming with more than 2,000 alumni, students, and friends commemorating the 100th anniversary of the bonfire with our first ever drone show. We also welcomed 267 employers for our fall career fair. And perhaps the greatest gift of all, the Wall Street Journal named us to one of the top 20 best colleges in America, and U.S. News & World Report named us the #1 undergraduate engineering college. You can be a little old for a lot of things, but you're never too old or too far away for Rose-Hulman. 2023 was a year of adventurous journeys, of coming together, of growth. No matter how far away you roam this holiday season, you will never be truly alone as long as Rose is your home.
Rose-Hulman managing to score 42 points in that second half, and they win it tonight 72-71. Here is the final scoring numbers tonight for Earlham. They were led by Kendall Cave with 15 points. Ken Walker finished with 14, including that big bucket late. 11 points by Smith, 8 points by Nunnally. Kennedy finished with 7. Temple finished with 8. Rhodes with 6. And Williams finishing with 2. On the other side, Miles McGowan, 28 points. He had 15 at halftime, 13 in the second half, including 7 down the stretch. Earlham had a tough time slowing him down once he got it in the paint, but again, he finishes unofficially with 28 points. He was the only player in double figures tonight for Rose. 9 points by Cole Pride, 8 points by Jack Janigas. Janigas, by the way, all his points from the free throw line, his 8 points, but he had those big ones down the stretch as well. 8 points tonight by Rocco Ritchie, all coming in the first half. Kobe Studemeyer finished with 5. Daniel Savovich finished with 3. Simon Blair with 2. And Troy McManus finished with 3. And what got the Fighting Engineers back into this ball game was that 17-4 run they had at the beginning of the second half. And then, of course, they ended up losing the lead about midway through. They kind of went back into that a little bit of a valley scoring-wise, and then found themselves again picking up the win late. And, of course, it was the late free throws, too. I know Harden hit 1 of 2. You wanted both of them. He at least got one that sealed the win. The senior stepping up big, which is, again, what we talk about seniors doing that late in ball games.
You know, you look at the only senior that's on the ball club, and all of a sudden he took the ball to the hole late in the ball game. He felt like confident that he could get the ball on the cup, and got a nice little foul called on him. Called the timeout, kind of iced him down, hit 1 or 2, and coach is coming up to be celebrating. I think this is the second time this year we get to talk to Coach.
Well, bottom line is I was here for his first win, too, so maybe you should bring me back more often.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should talk. Maybe you should do that on his pregame. Postgame show, we're looking for a sponsor for this postgame. If you'd like to let us know, contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.
All right, Coach Sales will join us here after a 72-71 win, and a big win here at home tonight. Listen, Michigan, yeah, he's a Michigan guy. Yeah, well, you got to love that already, right? Coach, congratulations on a hard-fought win tonight. I think we both agree that Earlham's a lot better than the record indicates, and you guys came back with that big, strong beginning of the second half and then hit some big free throws down the stretch.
Absolutely. I mean, they're a tough team. They had a guy that played some big games that had missed 7 games, and then he came back today, and he's a heck of a player. And they're a young group just like us, but they're a talented group. And I think in this league, and I've been telling everybody all year, man, our league is legit, and I think 1 through 10 can all beat anybody at any given night.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And our guys did a great job of being resilient tonight, and we made some adjustments at halftime, and I think it helped us defensively. And got to give credit to our guys.
Well, I tell you what, when you need a big bucket, you got a guy inside that was tough to stop again tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see him out here. I mean, people don't know this, but he came back from the summer with a stress fracture. I mean, the first game of the year, he practiced 2 days, and then obviously, if you look at our schedule, you see he hasn't played in every game, and that means he's not practicing all the time. But he is very tough to guard. He loves this game, and I think our offense fits post guys. And so when I first got here, I knew how excited he was, and he works at it, and he's a great kid, and he loves it, and he's one of our leaders.
Talk about the strategy there at the end to get that. Well, certainly it was nice to get to the free throw line like that. Was that kind of the plan? We're going to get to the line, either they're going to foul us or we're going to score the bucket.
I wanted to try to get to the rim. I wanted to put pressure on them and get to the rim, and we created a double gap for Brad, our senior, to try to make a play, and he went to the rim strong instead of fading, and they fouled us, and they made a great call, and he was able to make the first one, and luckily I'm happy he missed the second because they had a play drawn up and they didn't get to execute.
Exactly. And you hit some big free throws down the stretch too.
We did. I wish we would have made a couple earlier in the game, and I looked at my assistant. I said, they making their free throws, and we're not. But then our guys stepped up and made some free throws down the stretch when we really needed it.
How big is a win like this, knowing that you have another tough one coming up on Saturday?
It's huge. It's huge. It's momentum. Like, I tell everybody this: winning means everything. Yeah. My dinner tonight is going to taste a lot better, right? I know we got a lot to clean up and a lot to get better at, but my dinner is still going to taste better because we won this game, right? And we've lost 3 close games, and our record could be so different if we could finish those games. But I think those games have also made us better for today. Yeah. And so we got to make that non-conference schedule and those close games that we lost to Mount St. Joe and Franklin pay off now in the second half of the year. And now my young guys are hopefully keep getting better and learning from all the experiences they've had.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Thanks for doing what you guys do. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
Absolutely.
All right, Rose wins it tonight, 72-71. And again, we're back here on Saturday. It's a 1 and 3 o'clock start time for the women's and men's doubleheader. All the action right here on RHI.TV.